Hey guys, today I'm doing a wig review, and obviously I'm wearing a wig, and I'm not reviewing this one just because it's not being sold anymore, so why bother? So what I did is I pretty much picked out wigs that I've worn for a long duration of time, so, and by that I mean in a day, so some of these I've worn for up to 8 hours, and I've worn them all multiple times, so to make sure that I actually can give you a solid review and not just like, I wore this for an hour, it was cool. No. So anyways, the ones I'm going to be reviewing are from Powder Room D, which has been making it pretty well online actually recently. I've been seeing them everywhere. Then I have Wig is Fashion, I have Everyday Wigs, and then I have Uniwigs. So yeah, let's just get started. Also, if I look down, it's because I have my computer with information on it about the wigs, so whatever. Okay, so here I have a Powder Room D pastel wig, and it has a pastel pinky lavender on one side, and then in the back it kind of merges into this pastel baby blue, and so in the front it comes out as like having two different colors like this. I know the lace is still on it. I just tucked it in because I wanted to wear it and I didn't want to cut the lace badly, so I just wore a beanie, and yeah. But you're supposed to cut the lace, obviously. Powder Room D I really like. Mainly the quality of the hair is just so much better than a bunch of other wigs, even the wig I'm wearing right now. It just kind of isn't, it isn't very synthetic looking, and it's actually automatically pretty much not shiny. But anyways, if it is shiny, you can always just put dry shampoo on it, which is cool because they tell you that on the website, because I didn't know about that before. So I really like this wig. I really like how they blend their colors because it's very, it looks very organic, and it looks like just someone did a really good dye job, but with some wigs it always just looks like a chunk of color, and you can obviously tell that the hair is synthetic. Whereas here people actually believe it's true, and it's funny because I pretty much pranked everyone I go to school with, even if I'm not really friends with anyone there. But I pranked them because I wore a wig every day, and I'd wear like a wig each week, and they literally just thought I was dyeing my hair different colors, whereas they were all wigs. So this set, all the wigs I'm showing you, I've worn for a really long time, and people have totally fallen for it, thinking they were real. So, I mean, that already says something in itself. So yeah, I really like this one. I also really like wigs that have roots, like darker roots, just because I feel like it's easier for it to look more natural, like I do, of course. And the cool thing is that, see, so here you can see the roots, and that comes off as also really natural, and the good thing is that they continue all the way in the back also, because sometimes they just do roots like on the top and then in the back like there's nothing, but here it's cool because even if you move it around it has that kind of natural look. Also, wherever you want to kind of part your hair with these, it's really easy because the netting is made in such a way where the hair, like the follicles technically, are far enough from each other where you would think like, oh, this is a normal parting. A lot of times with wigs the parting is so tight that you can just tell it's a wig, but here the parting, is that gonna focus? Really, dude? Hello? Okay, so the parting is pretty far apart wherever, like there's no parting in this one, but wherever you choose to put it. So that's a great thing about this one. And these ones don't really tangle that much, which is a big problem with other ones I will get to. So this one is called the Pastel Dream Lace Front Wig. It's $150, which I understand is pretty pricey, but it does make sense when you get the quality of it. And they also have great customer service. I know this firsthand just because I had an issue at first and they fixed it really fast. The cool thing about these ones is also that you can use styling tools with it if you keep them to a low temperature. So say you want to make this curlier, make the next one I show you straighter, you can do that, and that's cool because so many times I've gotten wigs and they have those like really synthetic looking curls that are nice when you brush them out, but if you just leave them like that, it's just really obvious that it's fake hair, and that's the worst when you can't even fix it. So yeah. The next wig, okay, so this one is also Powder Room D, and it's the Mint Mermaid lace front wig. So the colors on this wig are kind of similar to the one I'm wearing right now. So this one's pretty curly, a little more on the mint side than my hair. Again, we have the black roots. It's pretty similar to the other Powder Room D one I just showed you, and I really just like Powder Room D for the simple reason of the parting and the roots, like I said. And here, there's a clearly visible parting. Hopefully my camera will focus on that. See? And that always is really helpful, and a cool tip is also that if you get foundation and just dab it where the parting is, it'll look really like it's your scalp and it'll look a lot more natural. This one, I pretty much have the same review as for the other one. The color is really pretty, it blends really well. The curls were a little synthetic looking at first, but once you brush them out, it's fine and it looks great. I always get a bunch of compliments on this one when I wear it out. And yeah, also the cool thing is about these two wigs is that they don't squish your head, because there's some that just made me feel like my head was gonna explode, and these didn't do that, so that was nice. And this one is also $150. Side note about Powder Room D is that most of their wigs are $150, but there are times when they have sales, and I remember I actually got 2 wigs for the price of one when we had that sale, so they cut it to like 70 or 75 or something. So it's a good idea to subscribe to their newsletter. Obviously, I didn't feel like I had to say that, but now that I said the newsletter thing, it sounds like it's sponsored, but how could it be sponsored? Because nobody's watching this. So it's not sponsored, I'm just saying, so you save money if you're interested in saving money. For all of these, I would suggest to stay subscribed to the newsletter, because there are some really good sales, and that's how I actually ended up getting a lot of these, because it's just like they're trying to get rid of a lot of stuff, so they really cut down the prices and you still get the great quality. So yeah, another brand that I really, really like is WIG is Fashion. So I also forgot to cut off the lace of this one, because I always wear my wigs with beanies, just because a lot of the time I don't have time to make sure that the roots look good. I really, really was obsessed with this green color here, if you see it here in the light. It's really pretty, really rich. I like these kinds of waves too. They're a lot more natural looking. Again, we have the roots over here. Hello. Okay, hopefully that'll... We have the roots and a parting, which I really like. And the color blends really well in terms... Oh, also, yeah, you can see the roots back here. See how good that looks? Yeah. Also fooled people with this, thinking it was real hair. The only thing I have as, like, a bit of a downfall sounds dramatic, something that could be improved upon is that these tangle really, really fast. And I understand I was wearing them for maybe 8 hours a day and then at school, so I was moving around, but they tangle really fast. So if you get one of these, I would really suggest to bring like a wide-toothed comb with you, just because like I used to not comb through it in the day, then I'd get home and I'd have massive, massive knots. So if you just bring it with you and every X amount of time just brush through it, you're going to save yourself a lot of trouble. These ones can be a little tight on the head, like it doesn't make you feel like you're going to explode, but if you wear it for a long stretch of time, I'd suggest that you loosen it to put it maybe to one little bump smaller than where you usually put it here. See, I always put it at around 3, but every so often I've had to put it down to 2 just because it was really tight. So yeah, this being said, it being really tight means that I won't really move around, which is definitely a pro. And this one was $64, so it was great quality. I would pretty much say that you could compare it to Powder Room D. The only difference between them is that the Tangles. That's it. And so yeah, this one was $64. This next one is one of my absolute favorites. The color is just really pretty. This one is also from WIG's Fashion, and it goes from dark roots to an almost greeny purple gray to a lavender. Oh, I forgot to mention, all of these wigs have been 24 inches or 22 inches, just so you know. I really like this one. This one also has the classic middle parting, the roots that I like, blah blah, you already know. This one I loved, but this one got so tangled, which got kind of frustrating towards the end. Mainly because I was wearing it every day to school, like I said, and having to brush it every 5 seconds, and there was always a new tangle, especially in the back. So a good idea with these ones is to either not wear them for too long, be open to combing them every so often, or what I did at one point is that I made it into a braid, and that was actually pretty cool too. So yeah, the quality is great, it's just that it tangles really easily. This one was also $64. Okay, so the next one is from Everyday Wigs. Here we go. Okay, this one's from Everyday Wigs, and it goes from black to blue to just gray. The blending of this one is a little less subtle than my other ones, but I was actually okay with that because I kind of liked the look, just because it obviously goes from a bright blue to a gray, you know, so it's kind of hard to really blend that out unless you want to take a huge amount of space, but I liked that it was like tiny. It was like, it goes in a, I don't even know what word I'm looking for. It goes in a kind of organic way where it's smaller, a little bit bigger, and then biggest. So in a sense, like, your eye doesn't really stop and be like, oh, that doesn't blend properly. It parses pretty well visually, so that's what matters. This one doesn't have so much of a clear parting, which means that you probably should pluck some hairs out and make it into a parting, especially if you want to always wear it without a beanie. My thing with wigs is that a lot of the times if I don't want to have a parting or like have to worry about the parting, I do wear it with a beanie. Like all of these, most of the time I did wear it with a beanie unless I had the time to actually invest in putting it on properly. And that's also why I tend to like wigs with bangs, just because you don't have to worry about that. Although you have to often trim your own bangs, which I did with this one, and you see how well that turned out. So yeah, I really like this one. This one was also very prone to tangling, so other than that, I really like the quality. It's a little lower quality, like when you touch it, than the WIG's Fashion and Powder Room D, but visually you can't tell. Only you will know. A lot of people thought that I got them all at the same place, which tells you something about visually what the quality is like. But touching it, you can definitely tell that this one's maybe a little more coarse, less smooth, and yeah, I would definitely recommend this one too. And they also have sales. Interestingly, this Everyday Wig is $92, so it's more expensive than WIG's Fashion, but the quality-wise, I'd say it's a little bit beneath. And then finally, Uniwigs, and I'd seen this brand on Instagram, which is how I found it. This was like one of my first wigs anyways. So it's black to gray, and for those who know me, I've wanted gray hair for a really long time, so perfect. The blending is really nice, like it slowly goes into like a very quick ombre kind of thing, and it's nice just because it's two pretty opposite colors, so blending here is kind of paramount, and you can see the strands slowly start getting into that. This one also has a very clear parting, and it works great. Tangles, yeah, this one tangles a lot, but the reality is that this one also untangles a lot faster than the other ones, so I guess it's a win in that sense. And this one I think has always made a really good impression too in terms of how realistic it is. People have never doubted that. Yeah, this one price-wise was, let me see. This one was $99, so price-wise Powder Room D, this one Everyday Wigs, and then Wig is Fashion in a descending order. So I definitely would, you know, like as a bottom line, the ones I would recommend best are probably Powder Room D and Wig is Fashion. They're all great, but it's just like in terms of also the selection they have and the price in relation to quality, those are definitely your best options. Yeah, thanks for listening. And if you're interested in my videos, subscribe. I know I don't have many, so it's hard to say, but